Sorry, we're not taking that. Not this time. I have to move a lot of things to get to what we are taking. Sorry for the video and sound quality. See, we're going camping with the family today, and with a toddler, I'm not going to have time to set up tripods and microphones and all that business. We're going run and gun with the GoPro. What are we hooking up? Now, this car's got standard rate springs in it because it doesn't carry constant load and it gets driven around town a lot. It would just be too harsh if I put upgraded springs in it. So as soon as we put that camper on, the bum zags. Hence, we've got airbags in it. Here's a neat little trick for airbags. Rather than having to bring out a compressor, carry a $10 bike pump in the back of the car. Because airbags aren't very big, it doesn't take much pumping to bring the pressure up. Are you ready for a break?
Is it really a break?
Are we ready for our last camping trip?
Yep.
We'll talk about why later on. But first, which chair do you want?
Yes, it is a pretty one.
Is that a birdie chair?
Oh.
Come closer, keep going, keep going, keep going. And throw. Did a little plop. The rain's getting heavy. Let's go hide.
And we just got set up in time and it's pouring. Middle of March. Didn't expect this.
A new camp table. Now, if you've watched my table buying guide video, you know I talked about two things that I would like to have around camp. One is bench height table, and the other thing about it, aside from being bench height, is steel on one side and blow mold on the other. So you can put your gas stove on, the downwards radiant heat, it doesn't melt your blow mold table. Great for if you've got young kids, because her hands won't be able to reach up to my hot plates here. It's pretty heavy table though. It's like 13.5 kilos. So it's the Quest Grill Table 5, and it's a bit big for just a solo camping adventure. This is probably just going to come along with the camper trailer when we do a couple of days setup. It's a very featured table. So this thing here is where you put a bin bag. That's pretty cool. A side pocket to put whatever you desire. This switch can be removed. A little storage hammock. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a tea towel rail. But my daughter seems to think that's where she hangs the watering can. Get a bottle opener in there.
Goes from 550mm high, which is, I don't know if you remember from that video, that's table height, up to bench height.
The day grows long and it's time to get some dinner on. I had to change shirts. Something that never happens to me has happened. I've brushed up against something out there and I've had a reaction. So I had to change my shirt and rub a bit of Savlon in that. It's really itchy. I found another bottle opener on the Quest table.
Another one?
Noco Boost Jump Starter Pack. That's what I'll use to power my 12-volt air pump, because as you can see, the cord is not very long. I actually use this to power a few things. It's good for powering a camp light, like a 12-volt camp light if you've got your vehicle there but camp's over there, something like that. The problem, of course, is if you use it for too long, you drain it, and then its primary purpose of being able to start a flat car will be useless. Let's see how this goes. Turn that one on. Now this couch, I've tried this thing once and it took a lot longer to pump up than I thought it would, so I'm going to see how it goes with a 12 volt pump. So the little 12 volt pump, it got it to there, but it's not quite firm enough. Needs to be pretty firm, and that little pump just couldn't do it. So if you're going to get an electric pump for it, I would say make sure you spend a bit of money. That's probably only a $30 airbed pump. This is the pump that comes with the King's Big Daddy Air Swag, and that does the pressure okay, but it was some manual labour last time.
Did you go into labour?
She will.
That's actually pretty good. In my head, the backrest was higher, but I don't mind it at this height.
Now, I didn't mention this yet, but a very good friend of mine is coming to camp with us. Oh.
Who's getting tortured? The couch or us?
And he's bringing his wife and 2 kids and 50-something kilo dog. Now that dog would destroy this couch, so we're going to have to... I'm all for destruction testing, okay? Like, if it could stand a 50 kilo dog, that would be a great test. But you've got to sort of work your way up there, you know? This is the second time I've used it. I want to be able to give a pretty nice, even review. Don't need it to be destroyed by a 50 kilo dog. The torture test starts. Fortunately, it has removable washable covers. You alright? Found another use for the holder thing. Yep, I was going to ask for that. Thanks. Chef in a can. At home we do this dish called pulled veggie wraps. It is sweet potato, zucchini, carrots, shredded, and cooked up in a bit of Mexican spice, and then you put it in wraps. Well, Rhiannon has added a bit of flour and some egg to the mix, and it's now going to become patties. I need a flipper. And a bit of macaroni cheese. It's time for you to start using the table. Flip one of those.
Flip it good.
What do you think?
This is actually really nice. This is a good height. I'm enjoying.
Do you think it's higher than our kitchen bench at home?
I think it feels higher than the kitchen bench. Like, it probably isn't, but by the time you've put the stove on top, the stove is now higher than the kitchen bench stove, because the kitchen bench stove is like recessed, I guess, if that makes sense.
It does, actually. Did that make sense to you? I've said this before, but Swiss Army knife, I carry one when I'm camping. These scissors get used so often. I'll pop down in the description the name of this, because I can't remember the model that it is. Give this a bit more of a go. I taken to keeping the carabiner attached on the side here on the case, so I can just take it off there, snap it on the handle to hang it up. How's that for a lantern spot? Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, indeed.
Have it? Come up here. Please.
I need to let my dinner settle.
Why settling? Why settling?
Now, I didn't share with you yesterday, but as soon as we had set up, I had to do a run to Collie, which is about 30 k's either way. Now, some people would be quite willing to do such a thing if they didn't have any beer on their trip. Well, for us, it was this. We bought coffee beans, but usually I have a coffee grinder with my AeroPress. I didn't bring the AeroPress, which means the grinder didn't come. 2 days without coffee is just not happening. Again, the Swiss Army knife, pocket knife, scissors comes in handy. What do you think to the coffee?
I like it. Yeah.
Good.
It's, different to the AeroPress.
The AeroPress is much milder.
Yeah.
I suppose the pressure of the espresso machine brings out a lot of flavour. It's nice.
Yeah.
So, why is this our last camping trip? Now, videos on this channel used to be weekly, and they've been fortnightly now for over a month. And that wasn't personal choice. The reason it changed is all to do with we have another baby coming. So until the new baby is old enough to come out camping, we don't know how long that will be. You never know what a new baby's going to be like. This will be our last family camping trip.
Yeah.
But the reason the video is cut down to fortnightly is Rhiannon works as a mechanic, and it's not the most suitable occupation for a pregnant woman. So she's had to leave work early, which means I've had to go and double down on making money. Videos will be going back to weekly just once this baby's out, and I've got a few very complex video topics that I've been planning, and they really need the attention in the planning stages. So it's better to just go fortnightly and really double down and make those videos good than just put up something for the sake of doing it every week. You want dead horse on yours?
Yes.
We have come to realise what this is for. Well, actually, Rhiannon decided to stick a paper towel on it, and at that point I realised I have actually seen on the website that that's exactly what this is for. And when it goes against here, adds a bit of tension so it doesn't just unravel. She's somewhat a difficult kid to camp with because she's never able to stay still. Like, no kid can, but she won't stay around camp. She's just an explorer, and right now she's about 100 metres away in the bush. I can still just see her. She said, "Dad, play hide and seek, I'll hide." And then she's gone. I can't find you. She went down there. Where did you go? There you are. So this chair cost $12.95 from Bunnings. You saw the size of it and the size of the kid. She's not going to need it forever. It would be a waste of money to spend hundreds on a proper good kids chair. I suppose if you have more kids, and now we've got a second on the way, it could be passed down. But it's pretty hard to beat $12.95. I went to Anaconda, and an Austrail chair of similar quality was about $60. And you know the other thing? Kids barely sit down anyway. She's used it for a total of probably 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
I'm a kid because I like it.
Hey, you vlogging?
Say Fred, get off it.
Gosh. We are joined by Harry and his wife Sam and their kids Billy and Hugo. And that's pretty exciting because this is our first family camp. So the first time with our daughter that we've been out with other young kids. But also because I haven't camped with Harry and Sam since I first met Harry, and that would have been November 2015.
10 years.
10 years ago is the last time.
10 years ago, the last time we went camping with Sam.
Yeah.
That's wild. No kids.
There was no kids. I had a different wife.
3 kids ago, 1 wife ago, 2 wives ago.
Yeah, true. You didn't have a wife.
I didn't have a wife.
I had a different wife.
I had a girlfriend. So Sam is technically my ex-girlfriend.
You can't film a proper cooking video with this many kids running amok.
No.
But this is a real life cooking video.
Yeah. This is what's known as daffodil cheese. That's what I read out of what Harry said anyway. He took one look and said, "Wait, is that daffinois?" Well, I don't know. We just got it from the bargain bin at Coles.
Yeah, it's daffinois. It's freaking daffinois, which is insane.
The only explanation for the most expensive cheese being in the bargain bin is that we bought it from Coles in Armidale.
Funny.
And
What do you reckon?
nobody in Armidale can afford full price for that. I just wanted to mention, I haven't mentioned this from the start, that for a lot of the things you see on this video, I'll have affiliate links down in the description. So if you see anything you like, I'll have the big list of links, and some of them there'll be a discount for you as well. Wood run time, bro.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Got a tarp in the back.
Tarp and an Elon saw.
That's Harry's name for a battery chainsaw. So while it's a bit of a pain in the backside not having drawers, like I'm used to my old Nissan Patrol that had drawers in the back, there's an upside to everything,
It's
right?
so good, man.
Look at that. Just pulled all the camping gear out, and because we've got the camper trailer, there wasn't much gear anyway. Pulled it out, blue tarp in, now it's the wood hauler.
The white wheelbarrow.
It's time to give the child a bath. I'm going to keep this short because a lot of you probably don't have kids and aren't interested. But if you are interested, here's how bath time works. Under the seats in the camper trailer, this is where we keep the bath. A Stokey XL. Folds flat. Now these things aren't cheap. The Stokey XL sets you back about $130, but as you saw, it folds flat and fits quite nice in a camper that small. Usually I would boil a bucket of water to put in it. You need about 20 or 30 litres to make a good bath, but I don't have to boil the water because Harry and Sam on their caravan have a diesel hot water system. Now my number one tip for the Stokey bath is once you've set it up and filled it with water, it can't really be moved. So you need to set it up where you plan to drain it, plan your drainage. Pop it there and that should just run down the hill quite nicely.
Out of it, friend. That water's probably a bit too hot.
The plug on the Stokey bath, see how it's black but it's starting to go a bit red around the edges? So when the plug is red, it's not safe bathing temperature. Look at this, it's a hit with all involved. As soon as the water comes out, we're all keen.
Oh,
I've got some more gear to try out and I want to show you my pretty standard shower method, so let's go for it. I'll show you what we got. Coleman double ensuite. Oh God! Toilet here. This is the shower side, so I can get in here and have a shower, zip this up, and then I can just put all my dry clothes in here. So there's a bit of a dry change room. I haven't actually used this yet. I've got this to do a video on my shower setup. A battery powered pump. I think it can run for 70 minutes on low and like 120 minutes on high. Now usually it's a tin bucket full of water on the fire, or I will put it on top of the Hyperflame stove. So tin bucket's great. Obviously you can just hang it over the fire or put it on a stove and use it to heat things. They're super durable. If you're going to buy one though, try and shop around for one that doesn't have a rolled metal edge. The water gets trapped in the rolled metal and you can see just rusts out the edges over time. But I'm not using the tin bucket today. I'm using the Flex Tail polyurethane bucket. Obviously you've got to be careful if you've just heated up water in the tin bucket. You've got to be careful not to melt your shower floor at all, but that's beautifully warm but not hot enough to melt the floor. Let's see, how's the pressure in this thing? So I know it's got 2 modes. Pressure's on and then we just turn this. Oh, that's nice. So what I used to use was a 12 volt one, so you had to run a shower head up to the top of the tent and then a pump down into the bucket and then a lead to the car battery, which meant you had to situate the whole shower tent near the car. Another thing was you turned that on and the water was coming at you and then you had to bend down and turn it off in the bucket. You can just reach up to the shower head and twist the little dial and it changes the flow rate. So you can use a whole lot of water if you want to, or you can dial it right down so it uses less water. Really good. I'm going to tell Rhiannon to have a go at that.
You guys hold hands? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
All the kids have gone to bed. Now it's time for the adults to feed. Harry's doing us Korean barbecue with A5 paper.
It's half the size of A4.
Yeah, half the size of A4. So this bloody cheapskate couldn't even buy a full sheet. A5 is, what is it again, Harry? I forgot.
It's the top level of Japanese Wagyu. So it was not half the price of A4. I can tell you.
So this morning's coffee, mixing it up a bit, Woolworth's Groover Blend versus Fire to Fork Blend. Campfire coffee, Frontier blend. Tasting notes. It's coffee. Tastes like coffee. Doesn't taste like caffeinated charcoal. We shall see, mate. Time will tell. Woolies Groover blend. This was my run into town to get.
The red combine harvester.
Yep. It's coffee.
Oh, it's awful, obviously. Yeah, let's go.
Like, it says fruity on the packet of the Woolies blend. Definitely fruity.
Yeah. So this is a darker. Like, this is more bitter.
It's just more like straight up coffee.
Yeah. So I think this would work better as a long black, and this would be better with milk.
It is time to start breaking this camp down. We're gonna hit the road and go for a pub feed for lunchtime. There's the Eye of Sauron always watching. That is it. We're all packed up. We've got the little white lunchbox and the massive white chest freezer all packed up, ready to go. We're off to have a pub feed. Cameras off and just enjoy a few hours at the pub together. So thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you like anything that you saw in this video, hit the links in description for the affiliate links to support the channel. And I'll see you with a very different life after the baby.